Hello and welcome to TavernTalk episode 6. These are your hosts, Chris.
I'm Jonathan, aka Breakfast Scramble.
I'm Dan, aka the Ham Man.
The Ham Man?
Yeah.
You always have the
I'm
worst
over here
ones.
smoky and salty.
See, I don't have anything good, so I just don't even try.
The Ham Hock?
Yeah.
Ooh, the Ham Hock.
You are
The
a
Ham Hock.
You are a ham.
That's my penis's name.
Stop it. Stop it.
So, today,
No.
nicknames aside, today we're here to talk about what we believe are the top 5 actions in the Shards of Orn. And this is going to be our real, for now at least, our last real big focusing on the Shards of Orn podcast. We're going to start kind of divulging to other things after this one. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably at the end talk a little bit about the future, what we're going to be up to here soon and all that kind of stuff. But for now, let's get rolling on what we believe are the top 5 actions.
Okay, we're not like totally done. Like we can do stuff we're gonna go back
Yeah,
and touch.
but
Yeah.
I mean, we've covered a good portion of the
Yeah.
things that are changing in 3.0.
Okay.
And as things continue to change,
I got you.
we'll definitely touch on those in later casts.
Cool.
But
These ones have been just Orn. We're going to start doing
Yeah.
other things.
Generic LARPy things.
yeah, like for example, we're going to be going to Dystopia Rising, which is a LARP in Virginia.
In other places as well.
Yeah, in other
As well.
places.
Yeah, it's an issue.
But that's the one we're going to in January, so we're going to be talking about that one as well. We might talk about some other bullshit things. But for now, let's talk about these top 5 actions. These are actions that we believe are the best actions in Orn at the moment. They may change.
Yeah, moving forward, yeah. Like combination of what was good in 2.0 and what should be good in 3.0 from what we've seen so far.
Yep. So take it with a grain of salt. These are just our, opinions on the matter, and this is coming as, pretty heavy power gamers here. Things that, in the thing about these is that most builds could benefit from them. They're not things that are very specific to one thing or another. Like anyone could use these to a good effect.
Yeah, so when you're thinking about your character concepts for 3.0, just keep these in mind because, I mean, we've been playing for long enough now to, kind of understand why things
How the
are
physical
good.
combat actually
Yeah.
works at the game.
Yeah.
So that is changing too.
Yeah, that is true.
Starting with the top 5, number 5, I'm going to say is phase.
And this was kind of one that was up for debate. Yeah, we argued about it a little bit. It was a little
Argued
bit
about it. It was heated. It was very heated.
It was tepid.
Annie.
It was tepid. And I think the reason why is because number 5 is kind of it's a strange spot, It's like, it's not the best of the best, but it's good.
It's pretty damn good.
And there's other things that arguably could fit there.
Well, let me propose my argument here for phase being part of the top 5. Phase is good for low levels as well as high levels. I'm not sure what level action it is.
It's 7 or 8.
7? Okay, so if you happen to be a low level that had phase, you could just phase straight through a mod. If you get on a mod that has a high APL and monsters are just fucking you up, and just phase the entire time. I remember one of my first games, I believe Akan phased me and my buddy when we were low level, and we felt like hot shit. We were just crossing our arms, just going everywhere we wanted to go, just talking to people and be like, you can't hit me.
And the nice thing about it, because, I'd kind of thought maybe Vanish or Sneak, but you can't talk to people with those. They're good. They're good in their own merit, but like Phase, you can still interact.
Yep.
To a degree. Yeah, you can talk. You can shit talk, which is fun.
Yeah, and not many monsters have a counter for phase. They don't have a lot of.
You don't see a lot of Crusaders.
Bar the goddamn phase spider.
Aeronox,
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting things from the Aether. Those will wreck you.
Which, that being said, if you go through a whole mod phase, man, if you're known for doing that, if I'm narrating and you're on my
sometimes
mod,
you have to, man.
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
If you're level 2 on a mod full of cloud giants, I don't blame you for phasing.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying about that, but if I've known a player or two who shall remain unnamed who've done phase to avoid PvP and stuff like that, because this was back in the day. It totally was. This was back in the day though when they had no counter. So if you phased, you were untouchable.
Oh yeah.
So it's not as big a deal now, but we used to actually have to carry around aeronaut cards, the phase spiders, with us just for that player. Older players will go, I know who we're talking about.
But on the other side of that, phase is good for high levels too. I mean, you could be level 18 or 19 or 20, and you could phase, but not for the same reasons a low level would. You could phase because, say, you're a high level on a low level mod. and you're just tearing through the content, just destroying monsters one by one. Nobody else is really having fun. Yeah, nobody's really having fun, so you would phase to just kind of like, let them go fight them. I don't want to one-shot everything, so I'm just going to phase back here and let you guys have fun. Yeah. I'll come in if you need me.
Yep.
But that's why I believe phase should be in the top 5.
It's pretty good. You've kind of won me over on it.
Good. Good.
All right.
So number 4, I'm going to say is Drain.
Drain's going to be really good in the new system.
Now, in the old system, you didn't really see Drain used a lot.
No.
Very rare.
I think it was a combination of, it was an expensive, like, the actual imbue Drain enchant. I don't think it was actually a thing you could do.
No.
Mm-mm. And you had to be like a Warlock or something.
It was a Warlock trump.
Yeah, it was a Warlock trump, and then, like, the use Drain was, I think, also kind of expensive. Like, if you had the Warlock ability, we could do 1 Drain at will. The enchant you got off of that was kind of expensive. Also rare, because we haven't had a Warlock enchanter in like 2 years.
Yeah, and I think in 3.0, Drain is definitely going to be one of the top because, think about it. You're fighting someone one-on-one. Yeah. You have a limited number of hits. Yeah. You have a limited number of actions.
Yep.
You're going to be fighting them one-on-one, and you run up and you can either do damage, spend Spirit on damage, heal yourself, or use a defensive action. But with Drain, you do damage and heal it back, which is huge.
It's a better economy of scale than other things.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about lower numbers too, because Drain generally was a low number thing in the old system as well.
Yeah.
You didn't really hear a high number Drain all that often. It was a rare thing. It was usually reserved for some kind of cinematic or some kind of really hefty monster that was doing it because they can. So when you have these lower numbers anyway, a 1 Drain is a lot scarier than it was
your health.
When in the current system, like I had in the 50s of health, I heard a 1 Drain, I'm like, well, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. You go ahead and take that one.
But if you have 7 health...
Yeah, when I've got 7 health, I'm going to be a little bit more on edge when I start hearing that get thrown around.
Yeah, you're fighting somebody, like, you go in, you smack them, and it's like... Chris is sick, so he's desperately trying not to cough all over the microphone and blow your eardrums. Thank you, Chris. So anyway, what I was saying, they're going to hit you. You're exchanging blows.
Yeah.
So they're going to hit you for, say, 2.
Yeah.
You hit them with a 5 Drain.
Yeah.
That completely negated their hit. It gave you hit points, and they took 5 damage.
Yeah.
Huge.
There's also the thing of, it might be like a lot of people I'm sure thinking right now are, well, I don't think my character would use dark magic to do drains.
That's the thing.
My counter argument to that is, because it's just a mechanic, it doesn't have to be dark magic. You don't have to play a Warlock. You can be playing a Savage that gets a freaking hard-on whenever he sees blood, which is kind of a boon to you. So you have
kind of like a bloodlust
like
kind of thing. I guess it's a stretch, but yeah.
Or like a thing for Aramir. You smite them with an ability that has Drain on it, he blesses you with Strength. It can be stuff like that. It's just a return factor. That's all it is. It's not necessarily necromantic in nature.
But would Aramir really be healing all of the fighters fighting in his name?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, find Lenis and get you paladins on this.
Yeah, there you go.
Paladins calling drains.
You get some. The prime shines down upon you.
Nope. Smote.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So moving on. Number 3. I wanted to include a story action on the list.
Okay.
And what better story action than all of them? I'm talking about improvise. Now, being a tinker, that's fucking awesome. Especially with spawn points, man. Yeah. You can clear any spawn point you want. Now, granted, it takes items to do, but
granted, it might end up fucking you depending on the spawn point.
It might. Yeah, it might. But yeah, I don't think there's any arguments there. Improvise is a very solid action. I think.
Like it's something you have like on your bag slot. You have a tool belt.
Yeah. But also, I don't know if it's going to stay.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be going away in 3.0 because I haven't heard too much about tinkers in general.
If memory serves, it was on that big list that came out a couple months ago.
Oh yeah.
It was still up there, but I also heard immediately, like soon after, that it might be going away. So I guess we'll see.
But as it stands, it's a good idea.
Of the current system, as we said, we'd be talking about that some too. It's incredible.
All right,
I love seeing people use it in creative ways too.
All right, next on the list, number 2.
Oh baby,
crit.
Good old crit. For when you have to absolutely kill something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of monsters in the game that that are only harmed by crit. They're immune to their damage types, or they might be immune to the damage types you throw. Like if you're walking around with a sword, they're immune to sharp. Then you gotta throw a crit at them.
Are Cloud Giants one of those?
Cloud Giants, they reduce all.
Except crit.
Except crit, yeah.
Yeah. Crit's just a, kind of like a
No, it's
anywhere, anytime kind of thing.
It makes damage stick.
Mm-hmm. Which is why it's so high on the list.
It's super duper good. And it's cheap, too. It's really, really cheap.
But you know what the one thing to counter its crit is?
What's that?
Number one on the list, that's dodge. Dodge is the best goddamn action.
The dirtiest action.
I mean, you think about all the defensive actions, withstand, deflect, and whatever the hell else. Dodge is the best, man. When I got dodge, level 9? Yeah, when I got that, I mean, like, well, I put it on all of my items.
Yeah.
So.
Dropping that enchant. Actually, I think no, wait. How did you enchant it?
Refreshes,
yeah.
I didn't actually enchant dodge, but I had refreshes, which I exclusively use for dodge.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's so damn good.
Yeah. Dodge is great.
It's the get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
I mean, it burst.
Yep.
You can dodge a burst for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can get it, but I also can kind of get there's arguments in both courts.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
The argument of if it's a fireball, dodge that.
I'm not going to argue it too much because I don't want it to change.
Right. Yeah.
I want dodge to be
the same arguments to be made
always.
in defensive deflect as well. So.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things. Yeah. What was number 2 again? Number 2 was crit. Yeah, we talked about
number
crit.
2 was crit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it seems like we didn't say enough about how great crit is. Don't get me wrong. Dodge, hands down, best mechanic in the game right now.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't it sticks to every build. I can't think of a character concept outside of
I mean, it completely nullifies any other action. I mean, drain. Drain's not that good against dodge.
Nope.
It does absolutely
swing and miss.
Now here's the thing to always remember about dodge if you're planning on using it.
Oh, yep.
Is don't let people, especially people that you know do confinements, fish it out of you.
Yeah.
Because they will try their hardest to make you burn that dodge, or however many they think you might be wanting to burn, and they will pin you.
Yeah.
And
that's the only downside with dodge. You can't use it if you're confined,
or you have a leg maimed,
Right. So it's one of those things where you want to make sure that you don't let people fish them out of you. Yeah. And trust me, they will try.
Yeah, that's what I did as a wizard. Anything I knew had dodge for sure, I dumped stops and pins into it until it far through damage.
And even then, you might even try to do something else if that's also nasty, but it's not what you're looking to actually do to them.
Yeah.
So and of course now with the way that spirit works, it's a little bit less like this.
I mean,
but with enchants and stuff too, it still could be.
Yeah.
To where you might hear someone dump ruins on you, and it's nasty. You don't want it to happen. You don't want to lose your weapon. But that's not what they're really trying to do to you.
Yeah.
And you're dodging it, and then the big thing comes out.
The big thing. Yeah. Or if they break up their damage, they don't stack it. Like instead of throwing a 31 at you, I could throw 3 13s at you. Mm-hmm. Just as easy.
Another thing about dodge, though, it's a really high level action. Yeah, I think it's the highest one on this list. At a phase, drain, improvise, and crit. Improvise might be up there. It might be higher. But anyway, dodge. We're going to be talking more in depth whenever character building is more refined.
Yeah.
I'm sure Thad's working his ass off trying to get it all ready.
Oh, yeah, so that has to build a whole new website.
Yeah, but after that's all more refined and out there, and you're starting to liquidate all of your treasure and spend your fortune and all that, and getting your items, rather than spending the 100-something experience or whatever it takes, put it on your items. Yeah, so that's something to think about.
Something to think about, but also consider, Johnny, they ain't got money like us, man.
They ain't got money like us.
They might be able to get one high-quality piece of equipment because that's otherwise would be too high beyond their
But it's worth it, because, that's 3 times you can use it.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Once on a high quality.
Well, yeah, once on a high quality.
Yeah, but if it was master quality, you had a dodge on it, you could use it 3 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the top 5 actions.
Yeah, you could probably put, let me see, dodge on cloak or something, right? Chest piece. Mm-hmm. Crit on your weapons. Improvise a story action. I don't think you can.
You can put it in a bag.
Yeah, you can put it in your bag.
Your bag could be your
drain. You can put on your weapon, and phase you put on your cloak or back or something like that.
Put on your outfit or your trinket.
Yeah, so theoretically you could have all 5.
You could have all 5 of these.
Yeah, and not spend any experience on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
So
Just make friends with those enchanters that have them.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we won't see that dodge enchant for a while.
No, it'll be some time.
I'm pretty sure dodge is enchantable. I think.
We gotta find the recipe for it now.
Well, yeah. I think Peanut was the only person who can enchant dodges.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually on his list. He was going to get some for me, but
Oh,
then,
lucky he wouldn't do it for me.
But
He was mad at me about the whole Green Warden shit. Because I poisoned the lake. I fixed it, though. It's okay.
we didn't fix it. We dumped so many restoratives into that thing.
Yeah, we did.
I still feel bad about that. I kind of thought it was a joke. Then again, I should have realized when I was talking to Ezak too that it definitely wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, go ahead, throw some poison in the lake, whatever, it'll be
Yeah, I
fine.
remember that Ezak was like, there's a dragon in that lake. I was like, poison the goddamn lake. Just dump a bunch of cleaning and dust in the lake.
Yeah, I
Okay.
totally egged them on. That was it's on my head shoulders here too. We fixed it. We made it better.
I don't think that dragon died from it though.
No,
right?
no,
Didn't
it
it
did
like
not.
fucking mutate?
Yeah.
With some bullshit.
Yeah, I ran that cut.
Fucking
then.
kicked our asses.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
That's the cosmic shame right there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hurt. That was a bad idea. Don't poison the lake.
Yeah, poison lake's bad juju.
God, poison the lake is up there with shitting on the shit. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Actually, you know what? That might have been one poison that's you guys were using. Wait, are you telling me that Ezak is he who shits on the shit?
Ezak.
First Grim lays one in there, then Ezak goes on top,
No.
and that's how they poisoned the lake.
No.
Just remember to provide evidence for that bounty.
Yeah, you gotta provide evidence. You gotta catch them in the act.
You gotta
save your
bring
stools.
physical shit.
Save your stools.
God, fucking disgusting. We were doing so well. We didn't talk about any shit.
So, going on here, what's coming up in the future for us since we did get over the top 5?
So next time on Tavern Talk, we're gonna talk about basic character generation, and we're not talking about so much the assembly of props, more so making a roleplay character, a character that you're gonna be able to step into the shoes of that will be comfortable for you to play.
And as I promised earlier, this will be applicable to any kind of roleplay setting. This is not
Just
specifically how to build a Shards of Orn character or a LARP character. This is going to be for all your roleplay needs, hopefully.
All right.
Again, thanks for listening in, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.